Sorry, guys, I'm running a little bit behind. Just bear with me a second. That one. So run a little bit of intermission music before we wait for everyone to start rolling in here. I imagine it's not going to take too long for... Whoa, there they are. Everyone's rolling in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I was just saying, it's not going to take too long for everyone to start rolling in here because it's kind of a big deal tonight. And whoa, okay, everyone's straight into it. I've got requests left, right, and center. Bear with me a second, guys. Let's just get everyone in their respective spots. Big request, respect. Yeah. Whoa, another one. Right, bear with me a second, ladies and gentlemen. I got everyone running up here, left, right, and center. Wanted to speak. It's like, whoa! It's like slow down, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone's right up to it. Okay, we got that one, that one, that one. Okay. Right. Check. 1, 2, 3, check. Am I coming through nice and clear? Can everyone hear me okay? All right. You there, Doctor? Oh, are you there, Chris? Are there anyone?
Alex, hello.
Hello, how we going? Say, am I coming through nice and clear? Check.
Crystal. Check.
Crystal, excellent. Check.
I can hear you.
Are you there, Ben? You there, Mr. Rose? How are you?
You hear me?
I can hear bits and pieces. Is Elon actually going to let you come up and speak this time? Because we had a crack at this on Sunday and it didn't really happen. Okay.
We can hear you, Oz. We can hear you, Osman.
Excellent. I'm coming through loud and clear. Excellent. I always have to check.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can see. I can hear you, Ben. How are you? Okay. Sorry, I just have to check because every time I try and do this.
Beautiful. I'm very, very well, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, mate. I literally just woke up like 10 minutes ago. I'm heavily caffeinated and I'm ready to roll.
Let's
go. Well, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. I can see like a whole list of people I can see running into the space here. But before we get into it, let's start the episode off like we always do with a little bit of intro music, and then we'll hit the ground running. Because I know, Mr. Rose, you've got to be respectful of your time because you're a busy man because you're doing the rounds everywhere. So let's get into it.
Community strong, yeah, we got that lock. With Wednesday, make it way around the block. Catch us on YouTube, the VeVe Collectables. With insight so sharp, the intellect's reflective. From stupid heroes to market highs and lows. We breaking news, making sense of all these shows. So tap in every week, don't miss a beat. With Ozman and Dr. Strange, we bringing heat. Ozman collects on the mic. Wednesday's a sight, but Dr. Strange by side will take the flight. Live on Twitter at Spaces, tune in tight. For cryptos when they're falling, watch the market ignite. VeVe drops and the market talk. Film, comment, TV, watch Fandom Rock. Community strong, yeah, we got that lock. With Wednesday, make it way around the clock.
All right. Good, everybody. Osman Collect 63 here. We're back again with VeVe Wednesdays up to episode 80. Episode 80, ladies and gentlemen. That is fantastic. And not only is our 80th episode, it is also a very special episode too. So very, very fitting. So not only do I have my fellow co-host that I have up here with me as always, my man, Dr. Strange, fresh off the run of New York Comic Con. Doctor, first of all, how are you, sir?
Doing good and bad at the same time, man. I got bit by the Comic-Con bug, man. You know, hit me hard last night, but doing awesome, man. We here, you know what I'm saying? Episode 80. We got Ben Rose in the house, man. I'm here for it, man. Let's go.
Yes, sir. It's like, let's go. It's like... And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, because I know that's why everyone's come running into the space all of a sudden. Because most of the time it's usually quite quiet. Like, you know, we have nice sort of chilled space about, you know, what's happening in the digital collectible side of things, mainly on VeVe. But no, ladies and gentlemen, everyone's come busting in the door. So everyone wants to hear Mr. Ben Rose speak. So first of all, Ben, Mr. Rose, Mr. Co-CEO. How are you, sir?
Mate, I'm doing very well. I wasn't in New York, so I haven't been hit by the bug. But I tell you what, a few of the team have. It's turns out if you get 200,000 people all together in one place, it can have after effects.
I know. It's like this is like where is it? That one. Yes, that was actually going to be one of my questions. How is David and Dan back in the office? Like, how are they? Are there a few sore heads? Some fantastic stories. So how's things over there?
So we take advantage of Comic-Con to do a few different things. So David and Dan are actually still there on their way back shortly. So we make sure that we have a lot of meetings around the con with licensors, current and potential. So they're doing a bit of that. So they'll be back early next week. Other members of the team, most are back home now, different countries. And so, yeah, we've got My Collectables here who he avoided the bug. He did very well. We've got others who are just having a little lie down before getting into it next week.
No, nice one. And yes, we do also have My Collectables up here on the stage as one of our fellow speakers. My Collectable MC, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great and happy to be back. Dr. Strange, good to see you again. You know how much fun we had. And by the way, if you guys haven't seen his clip about, his performance at Mr. MC1's party, absolute magic. That was awesome. Check out the channel right there. That was pretty good. I was standing right behind him and he was just slaying it. So I like the edit that you did too, man. That was pretty damn good. So Oz, is good to see you. Chris, of course, my man on the West Coast. Great to see you as well. And then everybody down below. Cheers.
Hey, MC, man, just wanted to say thank you, bro, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have had any footage to edit, man. I saw a lot of the fam recording it, but I never got any of it, man. I only got it from you, so thank you so much for recording that, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, dude, it was easy. It had to be done. Like, and it did a little swirl around you there, and it was all you. You made it happen.
Oh, man. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, I second that. Like, there's been so much fantastic content coming out, like, from Mr. MC1's party, the con itself. It looks like everyone had an amazing time. I'm super jealous I wasn't able to be there myself in person, but I feel like I lived the whole experience through the rest of the VeVe fam and community. So congratulations, and I'm so glad everyone had a fantastic experience. We also have Chris Severs up here up on the stage as well. Chris, how are you, sir?
Good, Alex. How are you?
I'm good, mate. Tired, very, very tired, but I'm here. I'm ready to rock and roll.
You got quite the show going on here tonight. Very excited for you. This is awesome.
I know.
Hello, Aaron, my neighbor from the island. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, Chris. Good to see you.
Good.
You know, we're gonna have to. You're gonna be here at one of those with us.
I'm coming to one. After one, I just witnessed. Oh my God.
I know there's Vegas coming up, and going there
boy.
with Kid Arcade's party. I mean, that's going to be amazing too. So we'll reach out and see what's going on there. I know Hinano's down there. I can see you, and hopefully you guys are, and D. Hopefully you guys are going to get a chance to go to Vegas with your new baby.
Hey, real quick, man, I got to shout out O'Milly Tees. My man O'Milly. I had to support the fam. I grabbed one of his tees, man, but the first one I grabbed, it had Dan and David on it. And then I was like, oh, wait, what if Ben shows up, right? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I wanted the one with all three, of the CEOs on it, man. So I hit him up and he was able to get the order switched in time. And I got to rock that to the Comic-Con and rep the fam, So just wanted to shout him out, man, putting in work in the space.
Absolutely, yeah.
Hey, it's a great call. It's a beautiful piece of artwork as well. I've got to say, I've got it on my wall at home. It's beautiful.
Yeah, man. I was almost tempted to get two and do the whole T-shirt signing thing, but once I found out you weren't there, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just give all three of you to sign it next year because I know you coming through. So I'm gonna just reserve for next year, man. Glad you're on board.
Yeah. So and also massive shout out to Amelia as well. I also realized he also had he was hosting a space not long before this one. I believe it was the red carpet before the Collecting Connect. So I want to say a big thank you for that, Amelia. Like I only just caught the end of that, like as I was getting everything together because I was running a little bit behind because I did spend last night on my son's bedroom floor because he's having trouble sleeping. So But yeah, I want to say big massive thank you to O'Milly. Millie's always holding down the spaces. Every time I look on X, there's always a space that O'Milly's holding every 10 seconds. Busy guy. Make sure you get out there, support your content creators. That's the same out there for anyone holding spaces, creating content. It does take a lot out of us, and yeah, we're definitely give us support if and when where you can.
Osman, can I just also just say from us, we really appreciate the work that all of you guys do, and I've said it on X, but I'll say it again. The work that you guys do, creating content day in day out. You know, when we're in bear markets, bull markets, that's what makes this community. So look, from us to you, thank you. We really appreciate it. We don't miss the effort that goes into it, and we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Our pleasure. Hang on, with that one. Yeah, so it's yeah, so go, mate.
I was just gonna say, since we're doing the shout outs real quick, man, I gotta shout out Mr. MC1, man, for throwing the awesome party 3 years in a row. You know, man, the heart on that guy, man, is just incredible, man. So I had to shout him out, man, and thank him for, inviting me to come down and bless the mic, man. So shout out Sanjay.
Absolutely, I second that as well. So yeah, big massive shout out to you, Mr. MC1, Sanjay. Yeah, from all the pictures and videos I've seen coming out of the party, it looks like it was a great time. Everyone had a fantastic experience. Few famous faces and well-known faces I've seen in some of the videos as well, so that was quite a surprise. But yeah, it's just seeing the fam come together, everyone having a fantastic time, and I was just like, wow, what a party! And I wish I could have been there, but maybe next year, you never know. So I suppose you should get into it. So Ben, first of all, how are you, sir? Because I know you've been doing the rounds over everyone else's channels. I've been on Comics and Crypto. You've been on Millie's Spaces, Randy Chavez's channel. How are you, mate? You must be exhausted doing all the rounds on all these shows.
I love it. I genuinely love it. I've been doing a lot, but I'm not exhausted. I'm invigorated by it. It's
Excellent.
Cool. Like this space is fun, right? And what we've got going on. Really excited. What's happening behind the scenes, the stuff that we're dropping, stuff that we've got coming up. Like it's all go, man. It's great. It's great. It's good.
Fantastic. No, I was saying to Doctor, I feel because I feel like they were kind of like catching the tail end of the space. Millie's asked all the hard-hitting questions. Randy's had a good time on his channel asking the more philosophical questions. I was just like, well, when he gets to our space, what are we going to ask him? So we're kind of the tail end of the question is like, what can we do? It's just like,
I've got some alpha. I'll give you some alpha today. I can tell you stuff that I didn't tell them.
So what have you got for us, Mr. Rose? What alpha has been about to spill on us? So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready. And then this is always like we get nothing. What you got?
So I'll tell you, so over the last wee while, one of the things I've been doing with the team is putting together our sort of short to mid-term plans for growth. And so what are we going to focus on? What are we going to prioritize? What are we going to do? Who do we need? What are the skill sets that we need to add to the team? So we're going to make some recruitment announcements over the next few days. We're looking for some really key roles to come in and add to the skill set and the expertise in our team. Roles in a few different teams based all over the world, but it's because we're really committed to growth, and there are just so many opportunities, and I'm not gonna go into detail about the tactics that we're going to use, but we want to hire the best people. We want to add them into our team and get going. So that's a bit of alpha for today.
Ooh, look at that! It's like, where is it? That one. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. So it looks like stay tuned. Keep your eye on I'm guessing VeVe's recruitment page or jobs page, because there could be potentially something coming in the future.
We'll put stuff up on X, but also we've got a YouTube live that My Collectables is running tomorrow, when we're going to announce some more stuff too. So worth tuning in for. And I think what you're seeing, and I said it with Dave and Dan when we did that announcement video, that what really makes the difference is is execution. And so hopefully, you're seeing us really focused on that. And there's a little icon, a little emoji that I use on social quite a lot, which is the tools. That's what we're doing. We're building this space. We're building our platform, and you'll see some pretty cool stuff coming out.
One thing I wanted to say that obviously we don't know each other, Ben. Looking to change that, but one thing I noticed about you, right? Like, I don't always look at just what people say about themselves. I try to find information out there about what other people say about the person, right? So I was doing a little digging on you. One thing I noticed, right, is people that you've done project with in the past. One thing they always say is, they definitely like the outcome of you being involved. But one thing they commended you on, I noticed repeatedly, was your turnaround time and how fast you not only come up with ideas, but you execute these ideas. So I just wanted to say that that's one thing I'm looking forward to seeing from you. Um, being a new addition to the team, and I think that's a really strong asset and thing to bring to what VeVe has going on right now.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But I think it's really important to say that we've got some amazing ideas. Ideas aren't our problem. When you've got people like Dave and Dan as founders and the team that they've built, we've got some really creative people. So ideas aren't our problem. I think the challenge for us has been prioritizing which ones and timeframes. And so that's where I think I can hopefully help the guys.
Yeah, very, very. No, sorry, go, Mike, keep going.
Oh, I had a question actually. So I want to know how your experience in crypto and with finance and all of these things, like, are you gonna bring any of that knowledge and experience to VeVe or Comey, like on the Omi side of things, or are you strictly like with VeVe and concentrated strictly on our app and the collectibles and comics and how that all runs, or is it like together?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So my focus is definitely on VeVe. So I am here to grow the utility, the value, and the adoption of digital collectibles through VeVe. So I won't be out talking about Omni. It's just not something that, as a business, we think is the right thing to do. So I'm going to be really focused on VeVe. But look, where the other question that you asked was, does my background in crypto, what do I bring from that? And I think if you think about where crypto is at a very similar stage to digital collectibles in that there's a huge industry that's been around for hundreds of years, finance, and there's a better alternative that has emerged, but we're at a really early stage of adoption. So anyone who is going to grow crypto businesses needs to make people in the traditional financial world understand why this particular version is better, and overcome a whole lot of myths and overcome objections and make it easy for them to access and get into so that we can grow the space. And so that's where we're at, right? You've got this massive collectibles industry that's been around for hundreds of years. Remember Stanley Gibbons we're working with, they've been around since the 1850s. Our job is to talk to those collectors who are collecting physical items and say, hey, there's another way to do this, not instead of, it's an and here's why it's awesome, and here's an easy way to get into it, and you'll be surprised, but they've got some of your favorite brands already. So I think that's one thing. The other thing is crypto as an industry is 12 13 years old and has grown to trillions of dollars of market cap in that time. And you don't get that kind of growth without being really, really focused on execution and, moving fast and really, exponential outcomes rather than iterative outcomes. And so those are the sorts of things that I'm bringing with me over to VeVe.
Real quick, before we get too far ahead, we keep mentioning the word execution. Can you give us like one or two things that you're looking forward to execute on, or that you think they were on the cusp of executing before, but there were a couple of obstacles in place that you were able to clear, and that, or something that was low on the priority list that you think should be executed sooner than later?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the obvious one is VeVeVerse, really high on the priority list. Something that the community that the business wanted to put to market. Um, but this is a hugely ambitious business that has been doing so many other things at the same time as well. So I think that's a really good example of something where, is it a good idea to do? Yes, absolutely. But were we prioritizing enough to get it live in time? That's probably the learning for us. And so that's where focusing on really boring things like priorities and project plans and all that kind of stuff gets you the outcome. So that's something that we're working on. We're going to make some announcements coming up quite soon on that. We will be launching that. We will be executing on that, and there's a lot of other things too. So we all see the comments and the requests for different feature updates for different IPs. Should we get into other markets? Should we get into other verticals? Those are all things that, as a business, we have to make some decisions around and prioritize. And so, that's exactly what we've been doing. So we've got a very clear plan for the short to medium term right now. We've got our long term vision, but we've also got a very clear plan for our short to medium term. So things like VeVeVerse are, exactly the kind of things that we're going to be looking at.
Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, tomorrow on our live stream that Ben mentioned. We're going to do a bit of like on our YouTube channel. You'll see the announcement soon. We're going to talk about New York City Comic Con, do the recap. We're going to have Ben's going to join us there as well again and dive into some things a little bit deeper. So you guys are going to want to see this.
Ooh.
And we're also going to have Swaggle is going to join us tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
Who just dropped his comic. He's going to pop over. I know Doctor Strange, you did that nice interview with him as well. We caught that. That was cool. And Mr. MC1 is going to pop by. We see him down there. He's going to pop by, talk about his party and stuff. And then we're going to end it off with some pretty cool stuff that you guys are going to want to see. I'm telling you, you're going to want to see. So it should be fun. I mean, and like Ben said, the plans, in the short term are, they're becoming super clear for everybody here. And, the long-term vision of obviously has always been there, but it's been really, really amazing. And I'll take the chance here out in the open to thank Ben for everything that he's been doing. It's been really great, for a lot of us on the team to have him come in and do the things that he's doing. So just out in the public right here, it's really great to have you. And I know the fam has been really happy about it too. I mean, the fact that we've been on the shows, and reaching out, and people have been getting to know you, and you can see how he's following everybody and reading the comments and stuff. The whole team's always been doing that, but I think it's pretty awesome. So it's great that you got him here today too, guys. Happy for you, Osmond, too, and Doctor Strange. You guys have been doing such a great job on this is your 80th show. I mean, this is just amazing, from Wednesdays to Sundays. And I know Collectors Gone Digital is here on Sundays with you guys too. He's doing an amazing job. So all you guys in the community, I want to echo that too. What Ben was talking about, just about thanking everybody for doing what they do. I mean, it's just the level is so high, and we met some other great people that you'll meet soon too from Comic-Con who are not in our community, but now are getting in, who are content creators that you guys can collab with for sure. There's Fig Pin people who have discovered our project, who came over to the booth and were talking to us, and said, "What's this all about? This is amazing." And they make videos, and so I think, Ben, you were talking about this internally as well, about the connecting of communities and the power that brings. We have our community, we have other communities that our IPs are attached to that, collect and have similar kind of interests and stuff. But at the same time, we don't know about each other. But these like Fig Ping's a good example of something that bridges those kind of gaps and brings two kind of communities together with that shared passion. And I now am almost becoming a pin collector. I don't know what's going on. I never collected pins. And then I went down to Comic-Con, and I was telling them earlier today, I was seeing pins, when I was saying this analogy earlier, when say you're going to buy a car and you start looking at that car closely, and then you start seeing that car driving around everywhere when the day before you didn't really notice it, but it was over there. Comic-Con, I started to look and see pins everywhere. Everyone's wearing them. They're on their lanyards, on their jackets. And I'm like, I want to get into this, right? So, and it's not just Big Pin too. It's like opening up a new world for collecting for me. And, I know Ben's a big collector too. So it's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Just on that, right? The power of community. So we here know our community and how much we love it and how much it means to us. But from a business growth point of view, there are so many other communities out there that are into their fandoms just as much. And we're so excited by the Figpin relationship for that exact reason, where you've got a whole lot of people who are really into everything that collecting is about, but in a slightly different world. And so, what a great opportunity for both to come together. So, we're going to be looking as a business for more of those kinds of relationships. The Stanley Gibbons, the Figpins, where there are really established brands and communities and habits that may not actually know about the digital option. And so that's where we see a lot of the growth coming from in future years. And so hopefully you'll sort of understand the method and the madness of some of these relationships coming out.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it. Do you have there any plans, or if it's been discussed, like maybe like in the future, like because we've had like this discussion on the channel a couple of times about forms like of utility, like for example, like we were talking the other week about, say you had like the KFC Fig Pin, and you go into KFC and that can give you like like a 10% off your meal, or give you like a free kids toy or something like that. Have any sort of things like that been sort of discussed around the table, or is there like a issue about like regulations and things like that?
No, there totally has. There totally has. It's often part of the license negotiation and agreement. So we're very focused on increasing, utility of the collectibles. I think the VeVeverse will be a big part of that, because then it's not just having, but it's also sharing and engaging with. But yeah, look, absolutely. You saw how we activated at New York Comic Con just now. You've seen the gold and silver logos and what we're doing there, and so everything that we're doing in that space, we're looking at as proof of concepts and pilots, and utilities definitely a focus for us going forward.
No, very cool. And most licenses are sort of like open to those sort of ideas, or have you ever had like an issue with like licenses where they're like, oh no, we don't want to know anything about that, or they're like, that actually sounds pretty interesting. Tell me more.
So generally, they're interested. It's usually down to the complexity of their business. So if you're, usually in mature businesses, one part of the business will own the IP that they're licensing, another part will own, if in the case of a restaurant, for example, they might own the rights to give promotions in those restaurants, and they might be time bound, and so it gets quite complex. And so the balance we're always trying to strike is, a proposition that's easy for our user to redeem and use, and also one that's sustainable for the licensor to execute. So it's quite a tricky thing. From the outside, it looks really obvious and really easy, but it is quite difficult to come to make right.
Yeah, I can imagine, like, because we've had discussions in the past, like, because like for example they had like what was one, like I think it was the Addams Family drop, like to get like the sort of the music licenses behind that, and also like Pink Panther as well, like you said, like if from the outside looking in, like it looks pretty easy, like but to actually make that happen, like there's a lot of regulatory hoops, and like making sure everyone got their slice of the pie type deal like happening in the background.
Yeah, that's right. So with with music, for example, you've got image rights of an artist, you've got recording rights of a song, you've got publishing rights of a song, you may have distribution rights. So then you start getting into areas of going, okay, well, how do you actually launch a product which is of a price point that people are going to feel comfortable with, whilst also paying all of those licenses. So it's there is a lot that goes into it. But look, overall, at a very high level, we absolutely understand and agree that utility is super important. There are different ways to deliver utility. One is through licensors, one is through the platform, and one is, as we've seen with Mr. MC1's recent, discussions around the Marvel logos. One is from the community. So that we think all of those are valid, and all of those, are really interesting areas to explore.
Awesome. Chris, you've been sitting there quietly in the background. Did you have anything you'd like to add to the conversation, or any questions you'd like to ask?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I've just been happy to attend. Nice to meet you, Ben. Thank you very much for joining the group here. Wonderful to have you.
Hey mate, great to meet you.
Yeah, boy, I don't know. I was just put on the spot here, but one maybe quick thing. I know I get asked quite a few times, but I guess the recent acquisition and growth of all the new artists, the independent artists with Swaggle House, Swaggle however we want to say that. Obviously, a big one for the Go Collect community, who they really respond whenever he has something to say. I take it that's going to be a pretty big focus for the future as well, onboarding a lot more of these independents and growing in with the curator platform.
Yeah, 100%. So the direction that Dave and Dan have set with the business is, for us to be a marketplace and an ecosystem. So that's why we don't just have one IP. We've got over 200 at the moment, and comics for us was always a similar kind of play where there are, as you know, amazing publishers, large, small, independent. And so we want this to be a platform where they can all share their art and where they can all monetize their art as well. So, yeah, look, we kicked off with our friends at Marvel. Really proud of that collection. That's done really well and continues to. But we're so excited about Dynamite, about Ablaze, about Swaggle and Sanity. So yeah, look, there's a lot more of that to come, and we're very openly stating that our goal is to become a real ecosystem and marketplace for comic fans and publishers.
That's very cool. Yeah, I know. I put out a blog recently, and I do get a lot of DMs and emails back after a lot of them, and the team was taken aback when that news came out. It was one of those pivotal moments where, okay, nobody was really sure, it seemed, when brands like Marvel and Disney and Star Wars are all participating, but when an actual YouTuber who's so in love with the physical comic space suddenly appeared, it was that moment where it's like, yeah, you can't really argue this anymore, right? It's here. And I just thought that was really nice. And Dynamite, the brands that we see on there, I mean, this is really changing the space, I think, for a lot of people. And for many of us who have been here for quite a few years, right? It's another testament that we stuck it out, and this is why, right? Just proud. So congrats and,
Well,
and thanks.
Thank you for believing. And it's one of those things. It's easy to naysay and easy to call out mistakes and missteps. But I think hopefully what you're seeing is the fruit of work over a lot of years that the team have done, and there is so much more to come. So yeah, we're really excited, and thank you for being part of it.
Thank you. That's really great.
Also, as well, I just want to jump in real quick as well. If you haven't seen already, as well, Chris has just posted there in the comments as well. He's got his latest blog, which is called Swaggle House Partners with VeVe Digital Collectibles. I highly encourage everybody to check out Chris's blogs. They're really insightful, great read, and yeah, definitely give them some support when and where you can.
Thank you, Alex. This one's a shorter one too. It's hard to get long time reading. Everyone likes videos, right? And so we're trying to make them a little more condensed, but this one's a bit to the point. So if you've got 5 minutes, yeah, you can probably get through this one fast. So.
Hey guys, sorry to be rude. Right. I've got to jump because of you want me to be busy, right? But just before I go, can I just call out? We've got the most awesome drop happening this weekend with Elmo. So just get on there, sign up to the wait list. He is so cute.
I know. That was actually going to be one of my questions. So when they announced Sesame Street, did you just have like one of those oh my god moments?
I may or may not have been told this during the interview process and pretty much sealed the deal. So yeah. The only small challenge is that it happens at 4 a.m. New Zealand time, so there's a clear pointer there for a bit of functionality. But yeah, look, pretty excited. We expect that one to do pretty well if Oscar and Cookie Monster were anything to go by.
Yes, and I can imagine as well as like the moment they drop Bert, you're literally going to lose your mind.
Correct. I may have to take a few days off at that point.
So it'd be like a shut up and take my money moment.
Yeah. Exactly. Just take it back. Don't bother paying me. We'll just have it all back.
Exactly. All right. Well, before you have to bounce, Ben, I did see in the comments here there was a question that was asked by Cole E. Owen. Hopefully, I said that correctly. I do have a tendency of butcher names, but he had a question. May I ask your thoughts about tapping into the sports market? I believe there is a huge opportunity there, and would love to collect sports collectibles.
Yeah, totally agree. Absolutely agree. So we're having a look at what might be some other verticals that we might grow into over the sort of short and medium term. Sports, one of the ones we're having a look at. There are some challenges with sports, and it comes down to the complexity of the rights. But we've also done some interesting pieces of work over the last few years in areas like music and artwork. So that we're likely to have a look at that too. So yeah, look, sports we're definitely considering. I don't think in the very very short term we're likely to, but hey, look, it's digital collecting. You never know.
That's right. And also as well, I just got a message here from Mahalo Joe. If you got time, Ben, I'd like to run a random giveaway just on behalf of Mahalo Joe, if that's okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice one,
So it says here,
Mahalo
Mahalo would like says he wants to give a random listener in the space a chance to get a physical VeVe pin. It says free shipping if you live in the United States, but if you're outside the US, you may have to pay shipping. But yeah, so I opened everybody in the chat there, and how am I going to run this giveaway? That's a very good question. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make it nice and simple. I'm just going to do. I should just do like the whole the old school MC thing. I'm scrolling up. I'm scrolling down. I'm scrolling left. I'm scrolling right.
Lord, please, no, don't do that.
Don't do that. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a
random number generator.
Do a random number generator. So let me just roll in here real quick. Sorry, Ben, I won't hold you up for too long because I know you've got things.
No,
what is on your list of things to do today? Do you have to? Have you got meetings? Have you got to run in there like in some boardroom with a sink and say, right, that's it, we're all out. Do it like Elon style.
It's all about video calls. It's all about talking to licensors, current ones, new ones, and just getting stuff together with the team. So a lot of meetings, man. A lot of meetings.
No, very cool. And what about your own collecting journey? Like, because I know you're into you're reading the Young Avengers comics at the moment. So have you picked up any new Funkos, any new comics? Have you managed to score yourself? Go on. What you got?
Yeah, I've got. You'll be familiar with the Beano.
Yep.
So I grew up reading the Beano, which for those on the space who don't know it's a British comic. And I just managed to find the issue from the week of my birth, which was pretty cool.
Oh wow!
And it cost me nothing. It cost me $2 because the guy, it's just a random comic to him, but it's meaningful to me. So that's on its way over. So that's probably my most exciting collectible at the moment.
Yeah, I do have to say, I was quite basically taking back like your origin story, basically like how you sort of were saying you came to New Zealand and basically came for a little bit and then stayed forever. I was like thinking he more or less did exactly the same thing I did, but the other way. So I actually came from Australia to England.
No way.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Met the missus traveling. One thing led to another, and the next thing you know, I'm over here on this side of the world.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
I know.
Awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of people in New Zealand have that story of I was only there for a year and kind of forgot to leave.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my. Okay, right. Okay, I've got my random number generator here. Okay, pushing the button. Okay, I have a winner. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Actually, hang on. If I do this, that one. Right, first of all, thank you, Mahalo Joe, for having the physical VeVe pin as a giveaway. Much appreciated. And I do have one lucky winner there listening in the background right now. And the terms and conditions are, if you live in the US, it's free shipping. But if you live outside the US, you may have to get in contact with Mahalo Joe and sort out shipping. But I do have a winner, ladies and gentlemen. And the winner was... I think you might drop down. But the winner was... that one. It was none other than one of our fantastic community artists, Davo. So Davo.
Congrats, Davo.
Yeah, congratulations, Davo. So Davo actually, he's actually another fellow Aussie that lives out there in somewhere in Sydney. Davo, congratulations to you, sir. You are the winner of the physical VeVe pin. So congratulations,
Davo.
Congratulations, Davo. That one.
Awesome. Hey guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you.
All right, Ben.
Take it easy, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no worries, Ben. Hopefully you're able to jump in. Hopefully you're able to jump in again when and where you can. And I do apologize for last Sunday that you couldn't get in, and and assuming that you were a Jawa.
I was not. All good. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
All right,
See you
no worries,
soon.
man. Take care. Mate.
Bye.
All right, no worries. And on that note, probably half our listeners are probably going to disappear at the same time. No, I'm kidding. But no, yeah, no, that was great. So Davo, if you get in contact with Mahalo Joe, and I'm sure you can sort out details with him. So congratulations to him. And also anyone who's not familiar with Davo's work, fantastic community artist. He's done work for myself over my YouTube channel, Get to the Comics, did the logo. He's done work for the Real Uncommon podcast with them. He's done work with Collectors Gone Digital, and does really amazing artwork in the style of Scotty Young, but it's also on his own twist as well. And yeah, just a massive congratulations to you, sir. Very, very well deserving. It's like, okay, so it's now it's like this, like, no, Ben's gone. It's like, so now what? What do we do?
Hey, what we do is we do what we normally do, man. You know.
I'm kidding.
Shoot, it's not like we don't got a format to run through.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah. And we got My Collectables, Chris Severs up here, and we got everybody in the crowd, and they're all welcome to come up and join us, man. You know how we do. It's a WebV thing, man. This is episode 80. Let's get it popping.
Alex,
Yes,
I was going
sir.
to say, do some of your voice interpretations. Do your best Elmo.
Do my best Elmo. Oh, I don't know. Does everyone want to hear my best Elmo? It's like,
I don't have one.
that's it. Hang on, wait. I'm trying to go back to my Tickle Me Elmo days. Like, that tails.
If there was anyone I knew could pull it off, it was you.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I think that was kind of scary. Actually, I think I just scared myself. Sorry, MC's got his hand up. Yeah, MC, sorry. How long have we got you for? Do you need to bounce, or you got things to do?
Just hanging out with the family. That's all.
Nice.
Wow,
So,
but there is another giveaway for you guys from VeVe.
oh, but wait, ladies and gentlemen, there's more. There's more for those who stayed.
Yeah, I know. And so, we brought back a signed copy of the Sanity comic, from Swaggle and the digital to go with it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now that's, of course, if you don't own it. If it would be really cool if you win, right? If someone wins, you can totally take the signed copy and stuff. If you have a digital, it'd be cool to share that with another person, because we want to get his story out to as many people as we can, because it's a super cool story. So, but yeah, no worries. But we brought one back. He signed a bunch to give away, like from himself, Swaggle Hoss, and he'll be on our live stream tomorrow to chat a little bit more about his experience and stuff, and share a little bit more as well. And if you haven't, like I said, if you haven't seen Doctor Strange talking to him, that was really great as well. Good job. So, but he gave us a nice signed copy for you guys. So we'll be giving a couple of those away over the next few days, and we'd love to do one here.
Fantastic. Well, there you go, ladies. How about we just keep it simple? How about we just do it straight off the bat? So how about if I do a random number generator, do it a couple times. Yeah.
It's a
just make sure number 1 or 2 starts with me. Just make sure,
No, it's a physical. Remember, you got to supply your mailing address. So if you don't want to dox yourself to the VeVe team, then don't enter.
Okay, let me see here. Okay, I think I've got should put on some more intense music here. Let's dramatize. Let's have some fun as we do on this in this channel. Let's let's go. Yeah. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, another random surprise giveaway. So we've got this is the physical copy of Sanity, the new comic dropped by Swaggle House, aka Mickey Plant.
Plus digital. You'll get the
digital plus digital. Oh, so it's a physical and a digital drop.
It's a combo.
Ooh. So let's see. I've hit my random number generator a couple of times, and I have a winner. Let's see. Oh, okay. I have a winner, ladies and gentlemen. I have a winner. There we go. And this is another fantastic creator in the space that's listening there right there in the background. Who could it be, ladies and gentlemen? Who could it be? Let me do this one right here. Oops. Nope, wrong one. That one. The winner is It is none other than Claritza.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes, Claritza, thank you so much for listening in. And congratulations, you are the winner of the physical and digital copy of Sanity. I think it's Rise of the Occult, #1, which is just dropped by Swaggle House, aka Mickey Flanagan. So congratulations to you. And that's that one.
So well deserved.
And also, may I just say as well that all the cosplay pictures that you do with the collectibles are just insane. They're fantastic. Sometimes I just look at them and just go, how did she create like all these fantastic pieces of art? I don't know whether I should be calling you like Claritza, or I should be calling you Nikki Tino, or who else we had lately, like the Queen of Hearts, or what's it, Psylocke, or all the other female characters we've got on there. So yeah, so congratulations to you. So yeah, I'm sure if you get in contact with our MC, he'll fix you up for that. I'm gonna write that down so I forget about it. So MC, I know you probably want to save a lot of this for your for the live coming up on VeVe, but how was your Comic-Con experience? How was it being on the ground? Like, it was great seeing you like doing interviewing like all the fam, like from the likes of Mahalo Joe. I know is still down there somewhere. Yeah, how was your experience, sir?
Yeah, it was amazing actually. It was the booth was huge, and there was lots of room in there to actually talk to people and to move around. And one thing we were talking about when they were planning the booth, and feedback I gave them from the year before at New York Comic Con from the year before, when I went there, as a content creator and stuff, and looking to get involved, there wasn't like a lot of room or space where you could actually come into the booth and do some stuff, right? It was really, the Marvel thing, and then the lineups and kind of all that. So when they were planning the booth and designing it for this particular year, it didn't happen in San Diego. That was a smaller booth, of course, right? But one of the feedback that we were giving them was like, hey, it would be really cool to have a place in the booth where people could come shoot video, or we could shoot video and like do interviews and things that was kind of like out of the lineups and out of the way. And so in kind of the one corner area, we kept it really open so people could come and either just stand there and hang out, or that's where we shot most of those interviews. And I know some creators shot some stuff in there too. And so that's always going to be part of the plan. Like if you come to the convention and you want to do some vids and you're a creator and that kind of thing, you can you'll have a spot in the booth where you can like request interviews. You can do some stuff there. And not a ton of people were doing it this time around, but there was a few people who took their cameras out and went and kind of had like a photo area on the side there. So that was really good for us, like for myself and Corey and others to make content for VeVe, like right there. And also it was good for people to just kind of have that space, right? So it was a large booth, and it was a lot of fun. It was super busy, as everyone's been saying. On Thursday and Friday in particular, it was just a madhouse. And I mean, just seeing everybody was great. It was a combination of seeing a lot of people that are familiar faces, but like lots of new people, lots of people we'd never met before, and lots of people that we know but hadn't been to a convention before. Like that still happens all the time. So, and then people had to wait in line for a while on the Thursday, and a bit on the Friday too, around the corner of our booth, because the internet's kind of slow there. So we had technical glitches, but everybody sort of did. Most of the booths had that for a short period of time on, I believe on Thursday. But we kind of got through that. Everyone was super patient, and lots of people coming for the comics. I mean, the pins were crazy. I've never seen anything like it. I've just never seen anything like that. I think we've reached another level, and then I think the booth design and the size of it and where it was located was a huge factor in that. But on a personal level, I had a really great time. I mean, it was, it was work all day and night. Like it was, if you're on the team and you're working the booth, like we had schedules where we were, had times where we were scheduled to work, and we had our volunteers who were also working, and they were like, compensated volunteers, which is really cool too, like VG Magic and Max and Janie, and all the ones. Everybody, Falcon was there, and OMW. Everybody was coming and working and helping out, but they were all like, on the schedule. So we had times where we could do shift changes and things, but you just kind of wanted to stay there. Like you didn't want to like leave, like, oh, my shift's over, I'll just leave, right? And you might have been tired, but you just had to stay around because it was just so much fun. And then, of course, into the evenings, you would go to the events, that were put on by us and Sanjay and the Akomi party as well that he helped organize. So, and then, of course, there was just like, personal social things that people would do together too. So, a really amazing event from start to finish. I think VeVe really, the fam killed it. I think I'm really proud of our team. I think we did a really good job at the booth. I think a lot of people would say that too, that it was a really good experience being on our own, and we loved, being with Marvel is incredible previously. Before I was on the team, I thought that was an unbelievable collaboration and just like stunning when you walk in there and you see VeVe with Marvel. But now that they've done that a few times, VeVe just stood on its own now, like with our huge booth and kind of dominated the section that we were in, like legitimately. It was such a I think strategically where they put us or where it was planned that we were put, the booths around us were all really good booths and stuff, but we kind of dominated this section. And we were right off the main middle walkway, which is kind of like a wider walkway where all the big booths are on. So if you walk further down, you'll hit the Marvel booth, you'll hit the bigger giant booths, and the walkway's like wider. So it's like a main kind of thoroughfare, right, for people. And we're like right in this one section of it, right before the comics, and we're right across from the addiction booth and Metropolis. So that was cool because they were beside us, and Figpin wasn't too far away either. So I think logistically it was like really well done and really well planned out, from the people who planned it. And I just showed up at the booth and just worked it. So, but we were watching it get built. And I told a story earlier today of how weird it was when we did the takedown, because on Sunday, I was there from opening all the way to closing, even though I was only, like I said, scheduled to be on at a certain amount of time. But as soon as it closed, the whole Comic Con, I said this a little bit earlier today, the lights went on, like they kind of dimmed the lights to get everybody out. And I hadn't been at a convention like that where they were closing, like the closing. And so lights dim. And so I guess they have to usher everybody out. And within, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes, literally all the fans are pretty much out the doors. And it goes from being like this vibrant, unbelievably amazing, like Comic-Con, to an empty, construction filled, like tear down event where all the booths are packing and there's like, forklifts flying around. You got to be careful, right? Because they're like taking stuff down, wrapping up boxes. And the best part was that David was right there. David and Dan and the whole core team were right there, just putting everything away, packing up boxes. In fact, David Yu's kind of like the expert on that because he's done so many conventions in his like professional career that he really knows how to like stuff up. So I said this earlier today. He put me in charge of the comic books, making sure they were safe and sound, putting them on back because he knows me, right? I was like putting them in there so they wouldn't get damaged because when we open them up, if we have them for the next convention, some left over, then you want them to be pristine, right? So I was like in charge of that, and I was doing that for about 20 minutes. And then, like I said, I turned around and the whole convention behind me was like a total tear down construction zone. And just half an hour earlier, it was a Comic Con. So, it's kind of wild. That whole thing just moved so fast. It's probably a boat show, you know what I mean? Or the very next day or something. So, but yeah, great experience all around. And I've been loving hearing everybody's experience in the last couple of days, how they've been sharing photos and videos and stuff. And I think my voice is finally coming back. And my energy's kind of coming back a bit, so I'm feeling good.
Great, yeah. That would like so. I definitely love to hear about everyone's experiences, and also now that we've got a bit of a chance to breathe. If anyone does want to come up to the stage and share their experiences of New York Comic Con or your collecting journey, so that option is always there. If you want to post anything in the comments, you're more than welcome to as well. That's what the WebV spaces are all about. It's about collecting, connecting with other like-minded collectors, and just enjoying the collecting experience, whether that be physical, digital, any sort of fan that you're into. So Marvel, DC, Star Wars. We're basically all for it here, and that's what the whole idea behind the space is. It's a nice safe space for us to chill, relax, and just to share our collecting experiences. What about you, Doctor? So, how was there any New York Comic Con stories that you'd like to share with us? Because yeah, I saw you were right on the ground. I saw you posting photos with all the cool kids in the house, ranging from the Swaggle House to Vincent Sozzolo over the Addiction, and just chilling at Mr. MC's party. So yeah, how was it? Oh, is he still there? Is he gone? Say, Doctor, you still with us? Or is it me?
No, I think you're good.
Okay. Okay. No, maybe Doc's having connection issues. Yeah. No, it's like he'll be back shortly. It's like we need like some like intermission music or something. But Chris, what about you, sir? How have you been? Have you been picking up anything in the market? So, been catching any awesome mint numbers?
Oh man, there's a few people I've told that I'm really chasing something that's important to me in this app that I've wanted since I started. I'm getting close.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
And then every time I get close, something else comes up that I just have to kind of like, all right, I'm gonna have to take another few days here. It's hard when you hunt mints, right? Because then all of a sudden something shows up at the floor and you're like, oh my god, how is that there? Okay, I gotta grab it. So, but yeah, it's been hard. From the Comic Con though, I have to shout out like everybody, like the video content that came through. I think I said this last year at the San Diego one I didn't go to, but you almost feel like you're there. Like Aaron, your interviews in the booth, and Corey and everybody. I just when you're talking about the position of the booth and how it was probably really well trafficked. I'm thinking of all these things. Like I've been to so many trade shows in my career, and you usually don't walk across a booth that's that exciting, where there's interviews going on. It looks like the red carpet scene. And it was so well put together this year. I just have to say, it just came across as so polished, flawless. The traffic was great. The energy was high. Sanjay's parties, like you could just feel the vibe almost watching all of the stuff, right? So I just want to say shout out to all you guys, how you put that all together for those of us that weren't there. It was the next best thing, and I mean hours consumed watching this stuff. It was great. So, but a little jealous, I'll admit.
Well, what we'd like to do is do live streams and stuff. I know that D's up here. I wanna see hear from D, and I'd love to do like they had the eBay. So they had an
Yeah.
eBay. You guys, Corey doing that eBay show, and that was like a big setup stage thing where we got our time to go on there, and Corey did just an incredible job. And then there was also a TikTok one as well. That was in another location, and they were kind of hooked up to like obviously go live and stuff. So, my envision for like say next year is to actually have kind of more of a setup like in the booth if we can, like not as big as those kind of setups. Those are like full stages, but have like an area where people can come and we can talk to everybody and talk to like licensors and do some live streaming if we can get the internet, maybe like a package of some sort that is more robust, because we did have Wi-Fi and it was for mostly for our connecting and our sales. But if people wanted to post and share like on the fly, it was kind of difficult depending on the moment, because there's like 100,000 people in there or whatever, right, any given time. So it's a crazy amount of people that are all with their phones, right, and all connected. So but you can try to, there's obviously ways to do it. So that would be great, because then we could provide even more coverage, and then you could be like, people could just sit and kind of watch what's going on at the booth all day and hang out. Because I know if I'm back home, that's what I would be doing. Like I would be, I mean, not the entire day, but it'd be really cool just to check in, like how the drops are going. Like, because people are there when the drop's happening, and it's fun, and even though the internet's not so great, you can still try to break through on your phone. Getting the metallic red, like even on their best days, has been almost impossible for me. I only landed one of them, like one of these recent ones, right? So but we were all trying right there at the booth, right? And with Swaggle doing his comic right there. That was super cool for him because he's sitting there, he shows up, right? And I was telling about this earlier, and same with when Evermind, that comic came out the day before, and was there. They're both like, it's so cool. They're both sitting there at the booth, and we had a nice countertop for them to kind of set up to do signing. And so it was really well planned in that way, right? We could do it better, but it was planned. So when their drop is happening, they're at the booth with their comics, like signing on the fly as people are landing the comic and getting the free,
Nice.
yeah, and walking out the booth with it. It's so cool. And like with Mickey, Swaggle with his comic, it was so cool to watch him, like, because I mean, this is like something he created, right? Like, so partner there, they're working on it. And to have somebody launch something like that's so precious to them, that is just their own thing, and not be sure how it's going to do, and not like know like if anyone's going to come even to the booth to even sign anything, and you're sitting there with them going, "Oh no, it's all good. The VeVe fam's got you." Like, and he's like, "Okay, all right, do you think anyone's going to come?" And like he wasn't like nervous like that, but he just kind of asked, like, "Oh, what do you think?" I'm like, "Oh, you'll be good. Don't worry." Right? Like, and not that he was worried, but I was just like, yeah, this is gonna be good. He's like, "Okay, cool." So we set him up, with his comics and stuff, and had it all ready. And he's
have you seen that
this guy.
tweet he put out, the post, I should say now, Aaron, with the
Yeah,
it wasn't the one that Doctor did, which was great. But he's walking by himself and he's like, "Listen, I won't get this right, but something along the lines of, I gotta say this. I didn't understand, and I launched a comic on VeVe and sold 1,000 in under an hour. He said, I didn't expect
5
that
minutes.
with my print product." He's like, "Listen, you got to take note, because I mean, if you go back in time, right, the YouTube's and narrative, it's always like, oh yeah, here we go, another crypto play, and VeVe, oh yeah, facsimiles, all that. And now it's like it's real." And I watched that, and I just thought, man, that was so cool. Like, you're right, that's his passions, and he chose
Well, I was
to
great.
partner with
Yeah,
VeVe to drop that. It's amazing to me. It's just absolutely amazing.
yeah, I was standing right beside him, and so he started to do the signings because the fam was there, and they started to line up for him, which is really cool. So he started to sign his comics, right? And he was great about it. He's signing them, and the comics are like a package, and so it'll be really fun today to send to Clarissa, because, and we have a few more that he donated, right? So like it's like a package. There's like the comic, and then there's like cards that he designed of the characters, like trading card type things in there.
Oh, really?
And then yeah, there's like a vintage poster in there too. That's like old school, like that older kind of like film noir sort of like horror movie type poster design characters on that also gets included in this package. But he's signing them, and it's about 10 minutes after the drop, and I'm looking at the numbers, and so I tap him. I'm like standing beside him. I go, "Hey, just like, yeah, you sold like 1,100 in 5 minutes of your like half supply this comic, right?" And I was saying to people earlier today, like, VeVe Fam, we have all these drops that come out, and we sell half the drop, and like, "Oh yeah, well, it didn't really sell out," right? Like, "Oh, oh, maybe that's not the best. Oh, maybe it wasn't the best drop," right? But his perspective is completely different. You saw it in that clip that you referenced, where he was like, "I can't even believe it. In like 5 minutes, I sold like 1,200 comic books." So if you put the perspective of people who are in the physical space, especially people who are trying to launch a comic, that's like unbelievable. Like he was like, and you saw it in his clip. I thought that clip was really telling about our community and what we think about, and then what other people outside the community really think, and what the reality really is that if you couldn't do that physically, like you could not sell 1,100 or 1,200 comic books at a booth at a convention physically in 5 minutes, and you have lineups down the street all the way around the block. It would take hours and hours, right? And so it's I think he'll talk more as he joins our spaces tomorrow. He's going to be with us on the live stream. We'll ask him again like about that clip and about other stuff, so he'll break into it a bit more. Just about what that was like, because I told him right then. He looked up at me and he was kind of like, "Whoa!" He's like, "Really? Okay." I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Like you're, people are liking your comic. It's damn good. And he was like, oh, wow, okay, cool. And then he goes back to signing, and he's like all saying hi to people. And then he was in the booth for a while just talking to like David and them. And so it was just a cool thing to see, just being a comic book person on the side here going, well, this guy just launched his comic. I mean, that's amazing. Yeah. And hopefully with that curator tool and other stuff, we'll have more people have those experiences, right? And it'd be really cool to see. And then we as readers and the fan, we get to collect some really cool new comics and art, and maybe they go big places with them. Maybe this is the launching pad for a really cool series, So I just love that. That was one of my favorite moments of the convention for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what it seems like to me as well. Like, VeVe's kind of like, gearing up to be kind of like doing like what Amazon does over there, like with their book services, like, where you can like, do your own, basically get your own book together, and then like, they upload it to Amazon, Amazon publishes it and then gets it out. Like, that sort of seems like the sort of route that VeVe's trying to experiment with. But yeah, like I said, on the weekend show, like, I'm definitely excited for the curator tool and just the options that it creates for us. Like, because we were talking about like, like, wouldn't it be cool to create like a community comic book? So like basically all of us like content creators, because like, out there in the space, we basically got all the ingredients to make a fantastic comic book. We got artists, we've got writers, we've got like, content creators, we've got everything to make like, a full on like, comic book created by the VeVe fam for the VeVe fam. So what do you reckon about that, MC?
I think anything's possible. That's great.
Yeah.
Actually, somebody told me today about when I was in a Millie space, they were saying like the curator, who was it? I want to give credit where credit's due. They said, well, what if the curator tool was like a digital collectible tool as well? We have the decon artists and that kind of, like, what if it extended into that?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, right? Like, not just comics. So there's lots of potential once you get like a system like that in place for all sorts of things. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting to see how that kind of starts to roll out over time, right? So,
Yeah.
and you guys got to watch this live tomorrow. You guys got to come on in. Trust me, you guys got to come and check it out. We got some good guests, and we got some good stuff for you.
Just in the
just
That's it.
It's like
wink, wink, nudge, nudge, everybody.
I would just come in and like, and then you'll see stuff.
No, cool.
And what time's that one again tomorrow?
It's going to be 2 p.m. Pacific time. That's the standard kind of live stream we do on Thursdays. We haven't been doing them every Thursday, but it'll be Corey and I, and then because we were at the convention, so we'll have Ben, and we'll have a few guests and stuff, and we'll have some pretty neat stuff.
We're looking forward to it.
Putting it in the calendar right now.
Yep.
Am I back?
Yes, Doctor. Sorry, you're back with us. I think Elon tried to kick you out.
He did, man. Elon always gets me, like,
I know.
My show on Fridays, man, at 9 p.m. here in Spaces. Elon, man.
I know. No, normally he targets me, but this time he's going after you. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, man. I think because some of my tweets, they went a little viral within our space, and he's probably looking like, nah, man, I gotta break this guy's momentum down.
Like, we gotta get Elon on VeVe. Like, send him a comic. Look, okay, look, come on, settle down, stop rugging our spaces. Look, here's a comic book. Settle down.
Exactly.
Settle down.
Like, yo, I just got my blue check, like literally a couple of hours ago. Like, bro, I paid you and everything. You know what I'm saying? Google Play, check the receipt. Like, look at me, man. I just gave you my money. Like,
exactly.
But yeah, man, we here.
Send him a copy.
I gotta go.
Yep, no worries, mate.
I'm gonna go because I'm gonna go hang out with my son now. I haven't seen him too much since we've been back, and we're gonna play some bids. But yeah, thank you guys for letting Ben come here. I know he was pumped about it, and obviously it won't be the last.
Yeah, definitely. No, again, thank you for giving us the opportunity to have a Ben on the channel. And it's a bit of a shame that he couldn't stay for as long as he could. But it's not, like he says, it's not the first time, and hopefully it won't be the last. So yeah, hopefully he'll be able to join us again at a future date when he's not so run off his feet. And yeah, come chill in the space with us.
Yeah, 100% guaranteed. For sure, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
and yo, MC, man, thanks again, bro. I appreciate you catching that footage.
Great, yeah,
great chat.
It was my pleasure.
Always
to
been
watch.
linking
Yeah.
up with you, Comic-Con weekend and all of that, man. Can't wait to see you again, bro.
Yeah, because I believe you're going to be a busy man as well. Because not only have you got that space coming up, you also got a couple other spaces coming up as well with other certain content creators out there in the space. Check your DMs, please, sir.
Yeah, 100%. I like, we're just doing our best out right now of what I'm doing and what the VeVe giveaway team is doing is just gathering all the stuff that happened last week during the con and everything to make sure that all the kind of sponsored spaces that helped us out doing coverage, like O'Malley Space and BE on YouTube. We really tried to, because they were covering all the drops, and of course most of our team was away, so you guys really handled everything, which was amazing. And we're just gonna re-gear up. We're just gonna, after these ones, we get them all organized because there's a lot to do, and then we're just gonna re-gear up again, and then we're gonna hit some new channels and boost some people and do our best to spread it around. Ben's gonna do some more meet and greets with other creators, and we're just going to do our best to keep it going. And that's, my biggest thing is to try to keep it going, support you guys who support us, and then also give you some alpha to talk about and play with and hang out with, and just keep this momentum rolling. Cause I think VeVe's really kind of rolling now. I think we can all feel it.
Yeah.
I know I can feel it. I'm not talking about just Comic-Con. I can hear it in the spaces. I can, and it comes with like what Ben was saying with the delivering, and coming through and just building, right? So yeah, I think you can see that this fall is, it's I think it's things are changing. I think I can feel it from everybody. We went through kind of a tough summer there and late spring and everything. So, big shout out to everybody who kind of like stuck with us and, kind of like pushed us, like pushed the team and gave us the feedback. And so I think you're going to start seeing the fruits of that. I think it's already starting to come through. So, and yeah, tune in over the next couple of days here. You'll see even more. But I'm going to go play.
Yeah, mate, go on.
Outdoors with my son and hang out because I've been away from the fam a bit too long.
Yeah. What are you going to play with him? So what's first on the gaming list?
Probably Battlefront, Star Wars.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it's old school now, but we still play it religiously.
The
Maybe a little,
GameCube.
yeah, it's older now, so we play
On GameCube.
on the GameCube. Yeah,
The original Roblox.
I can't let go of that. It's almost a collectible now itself.
I sold my. I bought a GameCube in the early 2000s because I was a huge Resident Evil fan of the original PlayStation, right?
Yes.
And I played those games to death. It's my favorite games almost of all time, aside from like GoldenEye and a few other classics, right? But so they announced at that time, oh yeah, so Resident Evil is only going to be on the GameCube now for the next iteration. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I have to buy a GameCube, right? So I buy a GameCube up, and Resident Evil 4 comes out. And I'm like, okay, great. And then all of a sudden, within like 2 weeks, it's on every platform, right? And I'm like, damn, I got this GameCube now. But then I loved the GameCube because it was super fast. And so then I played it for a while, and then I stopped playing video games because I started to like, get like my job started to get really, really busy. So I just kind of put it aside. And then about 5 years ago, I still had it, or so, 5 or 6 years ago, and it was pristine. Like I still had it in the box with all my, games and stuff. And so I sold it, and I sold it before COVID and during COVID, collectibles and game collecting, console collecting just skyrocketed, right? And I'm like, oh, if I would have held on to it for another year or just held on to it forever, those GameCubes started to go for like quite a lot, especially in great condition with the box. So that's the collector, flipper, seller, retail guy in me too, right? I'm like, I sold my GameCube too early.
He was like, God damn it.
So when you say GameCube, Chris, my mind goes right to, like the fact that I sold that amazing collectible too early. I'm a sick guy. I'm a sick man.
I think I heard Atari's coming out with a new, or they have already. It's like a new updated system of the old 2600. The one joystick, one button. You got all the old titles
Yeah.
coming out. Like, oh, I might have to do it.
It's 2600. I
Christmas is
know.
coming.
That's it. That's it. Get them Christmas lists together.
That's right.
Well, have a good night, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Talk too. Have a good one.
See.
All right. Okay, where are we at? So 5:15. Okay. So for anyone who's just joining us or just tuning in, we recently just had the VeVe's new co-CEO Ben Rose on the show just for a little while, just dropping a bit of alpha and also just telling us what exciting stuff might be in the pipeline, and then we just had a MC like to jump up as well, just give his experiences on New York Comic Con and all the other fun stuff. And again, for big thank you for anyone who's just joining with us now or still with us. So much apprecited. So I see all the cool kids in the house, like we see with some of our regular listeners. So Mr. MC1's there in the background. Hinano D. I see Deb, VeVe Magic, Double Quill. So if you new listeners as well, I haven't seen before. I see what else we got here? We got Deb, Eddie Brown, VeVe Wheels, also a big supporter of the channel. Obi-Wan, a great interview I saw with you and MC like at New York Comic Con. So you had a fantastic time, and all the other 100,000 million people I can see listening there in the background. Much appreciated, guys, for you taking time out of your busy day to come and chill with us.
Hey, man. Speaking of Omi-Wan, I got to shout him out, man. You know, got to spend a lot of time during, the whole Comic-Con, the other events, man. He held me down so many different times, man. Lines were insane. You really needed to like clone yourself at certain points. It's like, yo, this is popping over here. Yo, I'm already over here. It's just crazy. So wanted to shout him out. And he's also my co-host every Friday right here on Spaces at 9 p.m. So appreciate him holding it down, holding me down as well, man. Got a little hiccups, guys, so bear with me.
Yeah, definitely. I also see Mr. Licorice down there in the background as well. Kyo Shinobi. So I just want to say a big, massive congratulations to the crew over the Addiction. Looks like they had a fantastic experience as well. I can see Vincent there having a fantastic time at the con and the after parties as well. David was there. Quinn was there as well. And looks like you guys were absolutely slaying it over there. So congratulations to you and the entire Addiction team.
Also, real quick, man, there was a couple of there was a couple of people that came up to speak earlier that didn't get to. I saw D come up and I saw OMW come up, man. So if you guys want to come back, you can.
Yes, absolutely. Like I said before, if anybody wants to come up to the stage and share their experiences with New York Comic Con or want to chime in on anything that was discussed when Ben and MC are up, you're more than welcome to. The only thing we do ask is if as long as you're kind and respectful and as D likes to coin it, not a dick, you're more than welcome to do so. And that goes for anyone out there listening. Or if you don't want to come up and talk, that's cool too. If you're always welcome to write something in the comments. I do my best to try and keep track of what's happening in the comments and read them out when and where I can. I do also see a comment here. Just someone sharing their experience at New York Comic Con. Is a Volcrux, or hopefully I say that correctly. If I do, I do apologize. But looks like he's had a fantastic experience himself. I see him holding up a looks like a Lilo and Stitch piece of artwork. Looks very, very cool. So yeah, that's there in the comments if you guys want to check it out. So yeah, again, thanks for sharing that. I believe you're a first time listener as well. Oh, and he's also got a picture with Vincent from the Addiction as well. Looks like having a fantastic time at the at one of the parties there. Awesome.
That's cool.
So yeah, so Doctor, just on that note, I noticed that you were at the not only the VeVe party but also the Mr. MC1's party. So how was it, sir? Because from what I can tell from the pictures on X, it was especially the VeVe party, like with the dancers and the metal works. It looked like definitely an experience.
Oh yeah, definitely an experience, man. Like I said, in my tweets, man, that was more like a movie than anything else. There's still some more things I got to put out there that I don't think you guys saw. So do be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
Some crazy stuff. But yeah, man, it was really fun, man.
Yeah, awesome. So was there any particular part of it that sort of sat with you, like like a memorable moment or something, or just the entire thing was just like just amazing?
Nah, definitely there was some memorable moments. One of them was I was outside hanging out with Cole, chilling at where was this at? This was at Sanjay's party, and it was at a hotel, basically. So it was like we was outside hanging out for a little while. We decided to go back in. So his party, it basically is like on the second floor of the hotel. So it's like a little, staircase that goes up,
Mm-hmm.
and it's enough steps to where at the top of the first set of steps, there's like a little, area where like a good like four people could probably stand in that area and still be out the way of people, coming up and down the steps. So at the top of the second steps is like the main floor everybody's on, and then it's like a area that goes down and kind of connects to like an outside area. That's where the performance you saw me doing was.
Mm-hmm.
So I was actually going back in because I wasn't sure if like I was performing yet or not. So I go in, and as I'm walking up the steps, I just hear like something hit the ground, and then I just feel like all of these wet droplets all over my face and my body.
Okay.
And there's these two girls standing right there. So basically a drink had fell that a
Oh,
waiter had somebody had like the floor above, and it like started just coming like on all of us a little bit, but like mainly me. So I'm like, great, I'm gonna be like all wet trying to perform, right? Um Smell like alcohol. But yeah, so that kind of sparked the conversation with the girls. So I'm like, I found out I wasn't performing yet. So we actually all go back outside. So we're all outside just kicking it, talking. And all of a sudden this guy walks up with a hoodie on. And I guess they all knew each other. So the girl's like hugging him, like, hey, blah, blah, blah. So he just like jumps in the conversation. And I'm looking at this dude. I'm like, looks a little familiar. But as soon as he starts talking and I can really see his face, I realize it's the dude from The Walking Dead. You know what I'm saying? Gabriel.
yeah, yeah.
Right. So I'm just like, oh, snap. I'm like, it's Gabriel. I'm like, so is he just walking by randomly? Because that could happen in New York, man. That's how
Mm.
it is, especially in the area we're at. So I'm like trying to figure it out. And then at one point he was like, yo, let's take pictures, whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I start taking video and pictures, and then I noticed like he put his arm out at one point, and he had a wristband on for the party. He had silver gold VIP wristband. So I'm like, you're here? I'm like, you here with us? He's like, yeah. Well, I'm like, oh snap! I'm like, so that's where my video starts. Where we're all wilding out, and I'm like, yo, set this on the VeVe app. Let's
Yeah.
go. It was going crazy. Yeah. So that was my little highlight, man. And then I ran into him. Actually, I told him I was performing, whatever. And after I performed, the whole room was so packed. Like it was front to back, people against the door. There's people outside the door that couldn't get in. So there were certain people that after I performed, I ran into them. They're like, yo, I couldn't even get in there, or they didn't even know because the room was kind of like soundproofed a little.
Yep.
So after I was done, and then night's winding down, everybody files out slowly, and I'm just standing there kicking it with people, me, Mr. V, different people. All of a sudden, Seth walks in again. Seth Gilliam walks in,
Yep.
hoodie on, and he's just like, "Yo, well," so we start talking again, and we was cracking jokes outside. Like that's just something black people do, man. We crack jokes on each other, and it's all in good fun. We poked. So we was outside doing that. So when he came in, he started it up again. So now we cracking jokes again on each other, snapping, and somebody like pulls out this big square thing from like out of a corner, and they're like dragging it on the floor.
Okay.
And I look at it, and it's a thing so you could play like cornhole. And then he's like, "All right, you guys ready?" I'm like, "You really about to play cornhole? Like you just missed the hole?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, But it was just funny. Like he literally stayed there and played cornhole with the fam that was there. I had to go, so I bounced, but he was like, "Yo, before you go," he was like, "Yo, man, I like your energy, blah blah blah." He's like, "Let me see your phone real quick." So I gave my phone, and he just put his number in my phone. I was
Wow.
like, "Oh wow, okay, cool." So the next day was the Comey party that Sanjay put together. It was like a rooftop party or whatever, and So I just hit Seth up like, yo, we back at it again, baby. Come on through. So he was like, when and where? I was like, yo, it's over here.
Nice,
He ain't
nice.
come through though. He ain't come through though. But yeah, it's kind of crazy, man. Got to touch base with Josh Emmett.
Yeah. How was
So
that?
that was dope. Yeah, it was dope, man, cool. Oh, so what happened with that, man? That's a whole nother crazy story too. I don't know if y'all want to hear me keep blabbering, man. But that was a crazy story with Josh, man. That was a crazy story. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely have him on the channel eventually. You know what I'm saying? Do some interviews. Hopefully, Swaggle House as well. Got to touch base with another YouTuber known as Neo, Northeast Ohio Sports Cards. I'm a heavy sports card collector, reseller, along comics and all this other stuff, man. So yeah, hopefully clap with those guys.
Yeah, very, very cool. Fantastic. I see a few more people posting things in the comments as well. We've got one here from Mrs. K Verse. Hopefully, I said that correctly. Yeah, again, another photo there with Seth Gillian. And yeah, I mean, I first spotted it when Falcon was posting all those fantastic, very energetic photos of him, like with the rest of the fam, and like it was like kind of like one of those like blink and you miss it moments. It was just like, oh yeah, because like there's like all of the usual suspects, like Mr. MC1. There's my collectibles. There's like this and that, and then all of a sudden like there's so Gillian appears like, and I was just like, hang on a second, I know that guy. It's like I at least tried to scroll back, look for a second, and go, oh, that's Father Gabriel from Walking Dead. What? I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, at these different moments, because I ran into Josh first at the VeVe booth and just in Comic-Con in general after that, but just that, and then you combine that with being at Sanjay's party and running into all these crazy people and so many people you don't know who they are, what they do, until you conversate with them if you get to.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, damn, you talk about utility, man. I don't know what else you need. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out here buying all types of logos off the VeVe app right now. And I don't know what's gonna happen.
What's coming next?
You know what I'm saying? I'm over here buying anything that looked like a logo. I'm buying it right now.
Exactly,
You know
exactly.
So,
And
I'm buying stuff because I might mess around and throw a party one day. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'll just throw a little. Hey guys, you might want to get the Doctor Strange Mighty Marvel. I'm just throwing it out there right now. You know what I'm saying?
You guys are funny. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, Sanjay, Mr. MC1, how are you, sir? So, are you ready from the partying for the New York Comic Con? Is it still going?
No, I'm just listening. It's great to the interview with Ben was excellent. I just wanted to stay silent and listen. So that was really interesting to watch him. And obviously, Doctor Strange is. He's a personality, man. I would say a star is born in NYCC 2024.
No.
The star. There's actually a couple of stars that were born. I got to tell you, Emoji's one, but Emoji was also already a budding star. Doctor Strange, bro. He just busted it out. He was amazing.
I know. I saw the video. I was just like, because I've never actually seen like, Emoji perform like, just outside of speaking spaces. I was just like, holy crap, this guy's like really good.
He's very good. He's very good. Emoji is excellent. He's practiced everything. I mean, the preparation with Emoji was like, very, very thorough. He's just very prepared, man. We got the equipment like 2 days before that. Like all the equipment, by the way, I own all the equipment now, music equipment. So, but I was going to say, while Dr. Strange was talking, I was going to say there were two ladies in the group that perhaps you guys didn't pick out. They're both Hollywood agents. So,
oh wow.
Yeah, so they're friends of a friend, and they had come, and they said, "Hey, listen, if you told us a little bit ahead of time, we brought some more people and stuff too." There's like a couple of people out there who are like voice actors on famous shows and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, people don't recognize them. I think Seth was perhaps the most recognizable. But yeah, I mean, we're getting the popularity now, right? So more and more, like you guys don't even know. By the way, Doctor Strange, the two ladies walking down, one of them is Janet Bloom. She's a model. Yes. And she was speaking at an event, at a modeling event, a fashion event. And I met her sometime back, so I'd invited her. So, but she's very good. And then we had a designer there too. I don't think people picked up on who she was. Her name is Aki Zhao. Man, her
Okay.
work is incredible. Incredible work. I mean, so she and I have been in touch. She has a VeVe account, by the way. So she opened her VeVe account. All of them have VeVe accounts now. They've all opened their VeVe accounts. They're all exploring, the different collectibles and stuff like that. So my sense is that next year we'll have, you know, these people. So we're just taking it to the next level, Osman.
Yep.
The next layer. Every year, if you do the same thing, it's like this year we had live music performances, right? Which we didn't have in previous years. That was like music was the step up.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, fashion. So we're basically going to have at least my plan is to have a ramp, and we'll have fashion. So we'll have a couple of designers. I know a few. Hopefully we can get VeVe designers like Demo Baza and all those kind of people. But you never know, right? I mean, they may be reluctant to work with, like in a fan party, right? So we'll see. But otherwise, I have enough of a network. Like I know at least half a dozen like A-plus designers in New York who I can pull together. And I also know some great models too in New York, so we can bring them all in and connect it into like, hopefully VeVeverse, man. Like, because the VeVeverse, the way it works is you have like a Ready Player Me avatar, right? And I don't know what restrictions they'll place on fashion accessories on that. Typically, it comes with it, right? Like, you can pick it up outside. But yeah, so anyway, so we'll see what we can do there. So next year hopefully we'll have this fashion thing. We'll take music to the next level. We'll take the art to the next level too, and the charity and auctions to the next level. So that'll be sort of the plan for next year. And I'm already in the DMs of people that I need for that event already. And they're all kind of friends, right? So they're like, oh yeah, man, we love what you're doing for artists and art and Web3. So we'll support you 100%. So
Hey, Sandra, I got a question for you, man.
yeah, bro.
So I hit you with a little package, only one or three made, and I wanted to know like what, like what did you think was in the box first of all, versus like when you opened it and saw what you did.
Dude,
What
like
was
I
your
don't know what like you surprised me, dude. Like you kind of walked up to me and said, "Hey, I've got this package. I can only three people. I think it's David, Dan, and me." And I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, so I thought, "Oh, it's probably like a CD of his or something like that, or he's got something like that, music." But when I opened it, holy shit! You had like a full collection of you know like comics and books and this. Oh my God, thank you very much, man. I haven't gone through them as yet fully, but I just took some pictures and I posted it. Let me pin that up here, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I saw that
Yeah, it was
a little while
amazing,
as well.
spectacular. Thank you very much, by the way. Very generous of you, and I'm so honored that you would consider me as one of the people to receive that gift. Um, Yeah, I got some really, amazing gifts, and I gotta tell you, man, this one just blew me away. I mean, it's just full of talent. It's raw talent. Dr. Strange, can you talk a little bit about the box, all the contents of the box, please? Maybe you can explain that a little bit to people.
yeah, yeah, definitely, man. That was a box put together and curated by my man, pardon me, Drew Spence. He was in the space. I don't know if he's still in here or not. But yeah, man, he's a creator, ultra talented dude. We known each other since I was a teenager. He's got a couple years on me. So yeah, he was in his 20s and we started doing music together, and he went to school for art. He went to a school that's kind of known for producing doctors and people in the medical field. It's called
Mm-hmm.
Stony Brook University here in Long Island. And but he went there for art, you know what I mean? So I met him back in the day. I was a hip hop artist. He was actually host of an underground radio show for college, which was a big thing in the late 90s. And I went up there as an artist, and we actually hit it off, and we lived kind of close. And then like next thing you know, we formed our group called the Lensman, and hit the ground running, man. And now we're at the point where we've spread our wings and we do other things. We've always been great storytellers. He's always been a great artist, from drawing to just creating physical things. He's just super talented, especially on the musical side. But we've done everything from putting out magazines. We have one of the first hip hop production magazines ever put out, or I should say he does. And you know, we all just played a role, and we're just super creative, man. That's all I can say is like whatever you put me in, you know, I might need a little time to adjust and figure it out, but once I do, you're gonna see my creative juices and my hands on it. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, he just started making comics a couple of years ago, and was in talks with Marvel for a little while, but they didn't pick his book up. You know, he made a version of a Spider-Man, which is freaking crazy. It was so sick. You know, hopefully that thing will come out one day, but for now, you know, we're doing a lot on music visual side, you know, with AI. Uh, you know, he's just a super talented CGI artist as well.
Mhm.
Most of his books, well, all of his books are generated with CGI. We started doing this before AI, so now that we're in an AI era, get a lot of those questions like, is this AI? But people can kind of tell by the trained eye this is not AI. You know, so if you go to our YouTube channel, which is Dynamica Music, you can check out a lot of things we're doing. We actually have a AI generated music artist, and we do videos for her as well. And then you could also see some of my videos on there, his videos, our group videos. You could see our Kickstarter that we launched last year for the comic, one of our comics called God of Fury. So you see me leaking little videos out from back then about that trailer. But that Kickstarter sold out in like a week and a half. We hit our goal. And you know, we have some things in print and really crazy storytelling. That's all I could tell you. You know, that's the main thing lacking in
Mhm.
Hollywood, in comics, all of these things. You know what I mean? And we're '80s kids, and we grew up, you know, relishing not only in the visuals but storytelling side. So that's one thing that we've always honed our skills on, as far as like, you know, through rhyme writing, storytelling, and now into the comic book realm. And you know, I put Chris Severs here onto a couple of things along the way in the last year. And every time I sent him something, he's like, "Did you send this to David? Did David see this?" You know, and I'm like, "I'm trying, bro. I can't even DM some people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's going on, but he he's seen some of the work over the last year.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate, you know, Chris a lot and his input, man. And Mr. MC1, man, thank you for hosting that party, and I can't wait till next year, man. What's up, Chris? Talk to me, man.
Oh, dude, you're crushing it. You're putting in the work. And hello,
Mhm.
Sanjay. How you doing? It's
Oh, doing great, brother. Doing great. It's good to see you as well.
great to chat. Yeah, but Doctor, you're doing it, man. It's it's always a pleasure when I see those things come your way, come by, and glad to help wherever I can. It's just great.
I appreciate
I
you,
was
man. You've always
watching
been
you
there.
up on stage too down there. That looked pretty fun
Mm.
too.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
second that.
appreciate you, man. Fun for you guys, nerve wracking for me. You know, it's been a couple years since I've been on stage or anything in front of people, but not really nervous, but just like rusty, you know what I mean? And then with it being impromptu, I really didn't have a lot of like time to prep and put together like a real show that like I wanted to. So you know, I think Emoji really he just
S-
blew it away, man. He
Stole
had
the
an
show.
awesome, man, awesome set, you know. So next year, hopefully it'll be a little bit more. Uh, it's gonna be, yeah. I got some things already planned, man. So
That's all.
Yeah, next year, so basically a lot of the artists and the IPs have supported me on this, right? So
Mhm.
Ron English basically reached out before the event and said, if you need anything with visual imagery, like, the way the VV party had all those characters and all that stuff, he's like, whatever you need, let me know. I'm happy to curate some music and visual imagery and all that stuff. This year I said no, 'cause I was just like, keep it simple. But I've got the support of Ron and his family fully, and then I've got the support of Al and Jillian as well. Jillian actually reached out to me afterwards, and she said, "Hey, listen, we're doing this, watching a game together, a Mavericks game with Cuban and these guys, and then we're going to do dinner in Dallas in December, and I'd love for you to come." And they basically said, hey, listen, let us know if you need any help, if you want us to bring any people, blah, blah, blah. So, all these guys are super well connected. So, I don't want to just end up bringing celebrities just for the sake of bringing celebrities, So, but we would, we'll step it up as, as the purpose and the kind of thing, grows, right? Like it has to be the right type of event, and each event goes to the next level, which enables us to, at least for me, to feel comfortable to bring in certain, people who are not in the VeVe community, but potentially could bring, gain some attraction through the star power. And then you have, Vincent and these guys. They're also super well connected, and a lot of these artists, right? So some of these comic artists are big, so they know a lot of, they're Hollywood based, and they know all these agents in Hollywood. The agents know the actors, right? All kinds of actors, right? Everything from like people in front of the camera to people that do voice and stuff like that. So that network is growing, and then we're kind of getting to know a lot of the musicians. We're getting to know a lot of the photographers, like some really amazing photographers. We're getting to know the models. So that kind of, all that's coming together, and they're all connected by one thing, the VeVe Gold logo, right? Every one of them knows the VeVe Gold logo, and I make it a point to explain to them what is the VeVe Gold logo, So that's, anyway, that's sort of my mission. I want to do that. I want to make it something very, very special. I want to take it to the next level. And, I've asked it's no open secret. Obviously, I'm not going to tell people how to spend their money, but I've reached out to pretty much all the whales and said, hey guys, I need your support here. I'm going to make this thing very, very special, but you guys are going to have to, get these things and diamond hand them too. And I've had very good support. Mr. 41, thank you very much. I mean, not just about buying the logo and holding it. These are guys who, who step up, one problem that I had was I'm busy running around with the event. So I want somebody to take care of the VIPs, right? To take care of Ron English, take care of, just go talk to them, make sure they have a drink and stuff. Dude, like Mr. 41, oh my God, Squib, all these guys, Rolex, all these guys, man, they're incredible. They have stepped up like you will not believe, man. And now there's more. Like now we have like 3 more whales who are like, yep, we love it. I'm in.
Yo, man, I love the onboarding of the whales, man. They came out that night. You know what I'm saying? The party was freaking crazy, Sanjay. Just keep onboarding these whales, baby. That's all I have. You know what I'm saying? So
More models, I like that.
models and bottles, baby. That's all we need.
That's it. Write that down, ladies and gentlemen. Bottles and bottles.
Bottles and bottles.
That's it.
Oh.
Yeah, Chris, that could be the title for your next blog.
I'll need some photos, Doctor.
Hey, I got you, man.
Help me out.
Hey, I got you.
Yeah, very cool. But yeah, no, like I said before, on behalf of myself and the VeVe community, Mr. MC1, yeah, what you've been doing, like behind the gold and silver logo, just getting the word out there, getting in front of eyeballs, ears, and everything else in between, and oh, am I rugging?
Husband, you rug?
It's good on my end.
No,
okay. No, that's right. Just have to check. Sometimes Elon does these funny little games from time to time. But yeah, no, I was just trying to say a massive thank you from myself and the rest of the VeVe community for all the hard work that you are putting into trying to get the good name in front of everyone's eyes, ears, and eyeballs, and everything in between. Yeah, much appreciated. And yeah, if you do have the means to pick yourself up a gold and silver logo, they are definitely worth having. And yeah, they just keep crushing it in the way of utility.
oh, that's awesome, and it's a family. I'll tell you that. Now it's the 3rd year, right? And we've had at least 5 events. So I've had 3 in New York, 1 in LA, and 1 in San Diego. So I've had like a total of 5 events. And if you count the Dallas one with 20 people in my house, that's an event too. But and all of them have logos, I think. Now at least now all of them have. So you meet a lot of the same people each time. So there's at least about 100 to 125 people, logo holders and spouses, who we know and come out every year, right? Like 41 comes out, Eddie and his wife come out, TrueTech and wife come out, Nino comes out, Nino's wife comes out. It's Mrs. Cavers and husband, they come out. Um, it's Rolex, VeVe NFT, Profit, Doctor of Stuff, and Crypto Rain and Crypto Cosmo, Randy, Tammy, VeVe Fam Bam, you name it, right? So all these people, and obviously a good doctor here, Dr. Strange, Omi Juan, these are all people who come out every single Mahalo. I don't want to miss Mahalo's name. Mahalo's amazing, man. Mr. V comes out. We've seen him in a lot of events, and a number of other people too, right? So this is like family now. Like we all know each other. We come when we meet up. It's like a reunion, family reunion, man. It's not. I think that's where people get confused. They think it's a party that people just came to the party. The celebrities just came for the party, and some people just came for the party. But the rest of them are family. That's like a family event, man. It really
Yo,
is a
Sanjay.
family event. That's why I don't have like. Go ahead, brother.
Yo, Sanjay. So the creator of those books that you have, he's actually here in the space right now. If you scroll down, he's there under
Yep.
Dynamica Music. His
Yep,
PFP
I
is
saw him.
over a chair. Yeah, he's there. So give him a follow. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, totally awesome. I was able to get that to you. It was a hectic night, man. I actually had that in my bag. I had to lug that back to the city from Long Island in my bag. Then I checked in my bag, man. See, that was the good part about getting a hotel, right? I just act like I have a room there, and I'm like, yeah. And then I have my tag from other check-ins, so they were just like, oh, he's a regular here. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, just take that bag, hold that down. So yeah, towards the end of the night, I had to like, oh snap, I got to go get back to the bag, and then, you had a million things going on. I'm like, yo, it's all worked out. I caught you at the perfect time, and just wanted to make sure you got that, man. Check that out, see what we're coming with.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry guys, just to give you everyone a fair warning, I got to start wrapping up the space in the next 10, 15 minutes or so, only because it's danger hour for me when the little ones start getting up and running around and demanding love, care, attention, and all that good stuff. Give me breakfast, daddy, all that sort of stuff. So just give everyone a bit of fair warning. But it's been a fantastic episode. Again, big thank you to everyone who's taking the time out of your day to come and listen in the space with us. Much appreciated. And yeah. Just going back onto what Mr. MC1 was saying about community and family. I mean, like, not only was it it's great seeing everyone being able to get to the party and interact that way, but it's also great in the ways of our community. There was a lot of community members that basically were putting out offers to pick up comic books, VeVe pins for others who couldn't make it out there in the space, like others being like Mahalo Joe for an example. And yeah, just seeing that level of people willing to sort of make sure that everyone's sort of looked after, and just trying to do our part to sort of try so we can all participate and be there in our own way. But we got D coming up the stage. D, how are you?
Hey, what's up, Oz? Doctor, brother, Chris, and Sanjay. What's up, everybody?
What's up,
Hello,
sister?
D.
How are we, D? What you eating?
Well, I'm not eating anything right now. I will be eating some noodles pretty soon. But yeah, I just wanted to come up and say thanks for the space. Great job with the short but sweet interview kind of thing with Ben. That was pretty cool. Hopefully,
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, hopefully he'll have a little bit more time once he's settled to come back and just hang out and talk a little bit more about collecting and film and stuff. I know you're a big film buff. And also wanted to congratulate Davo and Claritza for winning the giveaways. And yeah, just been pretty cool. Just hang out in the background, listen to you guys talk and stuff. And I'm glad to hear that you guys had a great time at New York Comic Con.
Yeah, excellent.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Thank you, sis.
Yes,
Appreciate
dear. And also, as always, congratulations to you and Hinano as well. Like, for always crushing it on the podcast. Like, like you two are going strong. Even though, like, still got a fresh new addition to the family. Still getting there, getting it done. And yeah, so a massive congratulations and shout out to you as well. That one. And I personally can't wait to meet up in Vegas, which is creeping up very, very quickly.
I know that's gonna be so awesome, and hopefully maybe next year we'll see our other fam in maybe New York or California. We'll see.
Yeah,
I think it should be New York.
I think it should be New York too. I've already started putting my money aside very slowly to hopefully get out to New York the next year, perhaps, maybe. Depends if the missus will let me. We'll have to see.
I know.
That's we got all of y'all there, man. Oh man, Mr. MC1, you might have to definitely put together an event for people that don't have logo holders but are, holding it down in this space. Something. You gotta do something. Y'all might want to go buy some Marvel logo. I don't know.
No habla English.
That's it. You're breaking up.
I'm getting a phone call right now. I gotta go.
That's it.
Well, that's awesome.
We need the not financial advice clip.
We need this part. This part. Where is it? This one.
We interrupt this program to bring you an important announcement.
Anything said on this channel is not classed as financial advice in any shape or form. We're just passionate collectors enjoying our collecting experience, collecting and connecting with others. Enjoy your collecting experience, and yeah, just enjoy. So collect what you love, and you'll never go wrong. And back to our regular listening.
You know, I know that there's like lots of food options in California, but is it bad that I'm really excited if we do go to New York to get in touch with Dr. Dave and to eat like pizza, bagels, hot dogs at like every corner.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Whatever you want to get, ramen bowl, whatever you want. Whatever you want.
That sounds like a challenge.
I know, it sounds so good.
Excellent. I just want to quickly just go on the comments here as well. Like I think it's Coley Owen. So I'm sure. Colio, there we go. Colio there, sorry. Just posted there in the comments saying, shout out to Doctor Strange for securing this beautiful I want to say fidge pin just because of Josh, but it's a fig pin, official Colonel Sanders for me, and I really appreciate one of my favorite collectibles. So thank you very much. And it's just a picture of him with the fidgetal pin in front of a KFC with the good old Colonel. So yeah, a nice big thank you from Coley One.
Oh, he's welcome, man. Coleon, long-time supporter of my YouTube channel, like literally one of my day ones. Him, Humble, Backdoor Kicks, a couple of people I could shout out. But yeah, man, I tried to hit up as many people as I could in the DMs and ask them if they needed anything. Some said yes, some said no. I had some other people hit me up random, but I try to look out for everybody, man. Amongst all the other hectic stuff I had going on, like preparing a show and getting my own stuff and trying to. So yeah, man, I made it happen for some people, man. I'm glad it all worked out.
Fantastic. All right, guys. Well, I got to start wrapping up the space shortly, but I always like to leave the last couple of minutes open for anyone out there in the crowd who wants to come up, say hi, say a few words, maybe you could share a little bit in your collecting experience or something positive you took away from either the Comic-Con or the space or anything else in between. That option is there and available if anyone would like to do it. Again, as always, if anyone wants to post anything in the comments, I always try and do my best to try and read them out when and where I can. Or if you're happy just listening in the background and enjoyed the conversation, thank you for taking the time to tune in and listen in. These also will be available on the VeVe Collectives YouTube channel as well if you're just jumping in now. So if you do catch it there, just at the very minimum, just give us a like. That way we know the appease the YouTube gods, and they will get the content in front of our eyeballs, ears, and everything in between. And also as well, also support our individual contents as well. So please support Chris Severs with his blog over on Go Collect. Please support Doctor Strange with All Things Strange with their Stacking and Slacking videos, which you did a fantastic job covering what's it, Sanity, and also an interview with Swaggle as well. Awesome. And also as well, if you feel inclined to do so, head over to my own YouTube channel, Get to the Comics, where we do a live comic book readings of the comics that we have on VeVe. And again, just at the very minimum, just hit the like button, subscribe if you feel inclined to do so across all the socials, and yeah, just to help support everybody. And also, very importantly as well, make sure you support the Real Uncommon podcast with Hinano and D. Again, fantastic. I want to say pillars of the VeVe community. And yeah, just get out there, and whether that be anyone who's making content, spaces, and anything in between, just give them a like, comment, support. Some of them even have links to buy me a coffee, like myself and Doctor, and a few of the other content creators out there as well. If you feel inclined to use those links as well, please do so. It does take a lot of effort to keep the content rolling, and in some cases a few small sacrifices here and there. So just one way you can do that by showing your support. At the very least, is buy them a coffee. Like I always say, I never expect anybody to use these links at all, but they are always there and available if you feel inclined to do so. Before I start wrapping up the space, was there anything? Whoa, sorry, I just got thrown away by something Claritza just posted in the comments. Have you just seen this? It says, "Whoa, listening in space with a friend." There.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, that's
I was
crazy.
like, that is insane. It's like that makes like Pennywise look like like a McDonald's toy.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, for anyone who's just seen it, Claritza has just posted in the comments a very scary looking Halloween clown with one of the collectibles. I can't remember the name of the collectible now. It was the one with the creepy looking ape thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember now. So oh, I remember
Right.
because of the Halloween.
That mouse. Where has I seen that? That's from a vampire movie.
Fright Night.
Shows that?
Fright Night. 80s.
I think it's Fright Night. Is it Fright
Yeah?
Night?
That's Fright Night.
I know.
That's Fright Night. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You have to write in the comments, Clarissa. Like, tell us where was the inspiration behind this? So where do these where does the inspiration come for doing all this cosplay? You'll have to let us know someday. I love it. So keep doing what you're doing. Again, a big massive congratulations to Clarissa for winning the physical and digital copy of Sanity, which was recently just dropped on the platform by Swaggle House, aka Mickey Flanagan. And looking forward to seeing more of him in the future.
Indeed. Congrats to her.
Yeah,
well deserved.
Excellent. All right, guys. Well, before I start wrapping things up, Dr. D, Chris, and everyone else who came up to speak, Mr. MC1, Ben, MC, thank you everybody for coming up to speak in the space this time round. Like I said, it's been VeVe Wednesday episode 80. Yeah, so 80 episodes in, guys. We're still going strong. Like I say, always, guys, it's you guys, the listeners, who make these spaces possible. And as long as everyone keeps coming back and listening, so we'll keep holding these spaces for as long as we possibly can. But yeah, Doctor, was there anything you want to leave us with before we start wrapping up the space?
Oh man, caught me off guard. Let our guests go first and come back to me.
So we'll give Doctor some time to process.
Yeah, I'm pulling a D over here. I'm eating too.
Right. D, anything you'd like to leave us with before we start closing up?
Just thanks for the space, and yeah, get some. Well, no, it's morning time for you. Hope you have a great day. Doctor and Chris, get some sleep, and I'll see you guys somewhere in space.
That's it. We'll be around. And thank you, D, again for coming up and speaking. Always a pleasure. And Chris, anything you'd like to leave us with before we close out?
Yeah, I'm tired from this week. That was a lot. I'm broke. Totally fun. Great space. Fantastic guests. Great questions. Hell of a thing you pulled off here, Alex. Well done again. Read your comics, everyone. They're great. I just read Age of Rebellion, the Boba Fett last night, and it was just like watching the series again. So there's entertainment in them books. Just enjoy what we have and have fun doing it.
Love it. Absolutely. I started to pick myself up a copy of that as well. I also got to get myself a copy of that one. I got to get Alien Romulus. It just dropped on the platform this week as well. That's on my to buy list. And there was one more. I might even pick up that Iron Man comic as well because that looks pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally just bought that Iron Man like right before we started this space, man. Trying to get that secret rare. That cover's crazy.
Yeah, that one and the Scotty Young cover and I'm not sure. Oh yeah, the secret rare. That's the negative background one, isn't it? With all the red.
Yeah, exactly. And then I like the uncommon too, though. I don't know. I think I like all the covers, man.
Very cool. All right, guys. Well, again, I'm going to start wrapping up the space because this is, like I said, danger hour for me because it is 6 o'clock in the morning here in the UK, and this is with the time of day when my two little ones decide to run around and start like demanding things like love, care, and attention and all that good jazz. But again, big thank you.
You didn't even go to me. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to wrap it back around to your boy.
Oh no, you had your chance. No, I'm kidding. But Doctor, anything you'd like to leave us with before we go?
All right, I'm still eating like D over here. All right, guys. So yeah, man, I want to shout out everybody for coming through this space, man. It was a crazy one. Appreciate you all. VeVe Wednesdays, episode 80, man. We're on the road to 100, I guess, man. So much more to come. Got to shout out my man, Dynamics Plus, Drew Spence in the space. You're going to see some more trailers and things coming for comic book we got popping. Got a lot of titles. And I'm just trying to slowly, expose you guys to different things that I'm involved in. I'm involved with a lot of different verticals, I guess you would call them, right? So, yeah, man, I think it's going to be something you all will enjoy. So stay tuned for that, man. And yeah, man, everybody salute, power through the week. And, we'll be back. Catch you guys later, man.
Absolutely. Just before we go as well, Clarissa's just posted in the comments as well, saying just the inspiration behind that the clown picture, saying, I was trying to make a smile like the Batman who laughs, but I changed the plan. Clowns let me explore creatively because there are so many ways to make them. So there you go. So taking a bit of inspiration from the Batman who laughs and putting a creepy clown spin on it. So I love it. So yeah, like I said before, Clarissa, keep doing what you're doing. Like I said, the cosplay is amazing. The way you use the collectibles in your post as well is amazing as well. And just keep doing what you're doing. And congratulations again. And thank you again so much for tuning in and listening. Much appreciated.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, and all those content creators out there, keep posting. Love reading it all. We love watching it. It's fantastic.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Absolutely. You too, man. Loving the blogs. And yeah, man, I forgot. I wanted to shout out everybody that came through once again. And of course, team of VeVe, My Collectables, Ben Rose. You know what I mean? Had some giveaways pop off. It's a great space, man. What else can you ask for? I don't know.
I say, well, what I do ask is that if you did enjoy the space, please come back again. We hold these regularly every Wednesday, and we do also have our Sunday show as well, VeVe Weekends, which actually that has got another big milestone coming up as well, because that is actually coming up to our 52nd episode, so 52. Which means we've been going for nearly a year. So there's definitely going to be some celebrations, some giveaways maybe on the channel as well. And it's just going to be another fantastic chilled space with myself and also my co-host Josh from Collectors Gone Digital. But of course, Doctor will probably be there as well, and all the other cool kids in the house. Chris might make an appearance, D, Hinano, and all the and everyone else who's been there to support us. But yeah, if you want to come and join us there, you're more than welcome to do so. If not, then just come back into the space.
And also shout out to Mahalo for doing the giveaway too, man.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And again, Mahalo, thank you so much for the physical VeVe pin giveaway. Very, very generous. And also as well for you taking everyone's comic book orders and laying it down on the Comic-Con floor. And again, awesome interview with MC. And yeah, again, congratulations to Davo for winning those pins. So yeah, like I said, Davo, if you get in contact with Mahalo, I'm sure he'll fix you up. And on that note, guys, I got to get going. But again, massive thank you to everybody who's taken the time to listen in. Massive thank you to all our speakers. This episode has been a fantastic episode, and will be available on YouTube soon. And like I said before, make sure you get out there, support your content creators, give them a like, follow, subscribe, buy them a coffee if you feel inclined to do so. And yeah, let's just keep the positivity going, guys. Keep the creativity going, because we've got so much creative energy going at the moment, especially now that we've got this VeVe creator tool in the mix as well. We're going to see some fantastic stuff come from that. And yeah, woohoo! I'm excited for the future, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be some fun stuff coming.
100%.
All right, guys. So yeah, like I said, this has been VeVe Wednesdays episode 80. I've been your host, Osmond Collect 63. Big thank you to my co-host, Dr. Strange, for helping me hold the space. And yeah, guys, I'm going to leave you with this. Also, courtesy of our man, Dr. Strange. Thank you for the intro track that we played earlier. And now I'm going to thank you for the outro track I'm going to play now. So, guys, take care. Have a good one. And we will talk more soon. Later, guys.
The spotlight shines. While I was with an X where the fandom aligns. Eyesman collects with Dr. Strange and talking VeVe drops. Let the market flow. Grip toys, Emmett Farlane, digital chase. DC candy, ain't no time to waste. Dive deep in the comics. TV appeal. The VeVe Collectors where the passion's real. On VeVe Wednesdays, we chill, we vibe. Catch a live replay. Let your fandom thrive. Fun and chill, the Sun Collectors delight. On VeVe Collectors, everything's alright. It's VeVe Wednesdays, in the Twitter X. Austin collects with the flex. What's coming next? Dr. Strange at the helm. VeVe drops are hot. Talking quick boys, Nick Fall in every spot. Unity vibe, feel the unity thrive. Dive into the fandom, together we rise. Bar keeps buzzing, collectors going hand. Farland in DC, slicker than a scam. On VeVe Wednesdays, we chill, we vibe. Catch a live replay, let your fandom thrive. Fun and chill, the Collectors delight. On VeVe Collectors, everything's alright.